Churchgoers kiss religious icons one after the other, as if there is no COVID-19 pandemic. While the Russian Orthodox Church has put some measures in place to improve hygiene, these religious rituals continue to be performed because many here are convinced they won't get infected.
In ancient times, when pandemics more severe than the coronavirus happened, people would carry a cross and the pandemics would stop. We live according to our belief, and we believe that God will protect us. This is why we are not scared. Look at Italy and Spain. Services were stopped in churches. Did it help them? No, their situation got worse than anywhere else. That's my answer to you.
Russia says so far stricter measures like closing churches, restaurants and shops are not necessary. After quickly closing the border with China in January and imposing strict quarantine measures for people who came from affected countries, the government says infections have been limited. Russia is praising itself for doing a better job at containing the virus compared to other countries. The government says that everything is under control. But people are increasingly getting worried because there's a lack of information and people distrust the official figures. And the fact that hospitals like this one are quickly being built to cope with an influx of patients tells them a different story. Thousands of workers have been brought to this construction site outside Moscow. The large infectious diseases hospital should be up and running by mid-April and aims to treat up to 500 patients. Other hospitals have been converted into pneumonia hospitals, a sign that the government might be planning to treat the coronavirus as pneumonia.
In our hospital, 240 beds for pneumonia patients were opened without employing related medical personnel. Doctors of other specialties are being forced to work with these patients but don't have enough expertise. This could lead to a higher death rate.
A local organization called Doctors Alliance accuses the government of trying to cover up the coronavirus outbreak here. After a 79-year-old woman died after being tested for COVID-19, the official reason given for her death was thrombosis.
Statistics collected from many different cities show us that the number of pneumonia cases have increased and that there are certain bans and orders. For example, doctors are not allowed to make post-mortem diagnosis of pneumonia. I heard it from many doctors. Of course, no one will speak openly about it. They're all scared. I'm not scared. I tell it without giving names, of course. I get bashed for lying, but I don't hide anything and have no reason to lie.
Increasingly empty streets in Moscow, the largest European city, show that concerns are growing. The government has closed its borders for foreigners and ordered people older than 65 to stay home. Some are worried that if Russia is faced with a large outbreak, the country won't be able to cope. Hospitals have been closed and many doctors were laid off in recent years. Even large hospitals like this one would then be too little, too late. So it seems the biggest priority of the government right now is to make sure that there won't be any panic. People have already in the past few weeks done some panic buying, and the people here have been suffering economically. Their incomes have been getting lower in recent years. So the main concern, it seems, from President Putin and the government here is to keep everything calm. And all eyes are now at the president, who has, of course, been promising stability to the Russian population for the past 20 years. And they want him to continue to offer this kind of stability. But it's a big question if he can.
All right, Step, leave it there for now. Thanks very much, Step Vaessen.